Welcome back everybody to Rantpocalypse Talks The Walking Dead. I'm Justin, and for this video we are going to discuss what's coming ahead in the next couple of weeks of The Walking Dead, and we're going to take a look at two of the teaser trailers that just released this past week. As you can see from the first one right here, it was all about Tara and Heath. Tara and Heath are in an RV, Tara and Heath are talking, Tara and Heath are in the RV some more, and then Tara and Heath are in the RV some more, and some more, and some more. Not gonna do well with the ratings for that episode. So let's skip ahead to the weeks ahead trailer because that's where all the juicy shit was. The first image that we see that I absolutely loved was of Negan rallying the troops. War is about to go down, people, and it's going to be a fantastic war, an all-out war. Nobody? Nothing? Okay, moving on. What I liked so much about this speech that Negan gave to his group is that it felt so similar to a speech that we may have heard from Rick Grimes. If it wasn't for the fact that we knew that this was the sanctuary and we knew that this was Negan, if you just had no image of the person saying these words, it could have felt like it was coming from Rick Grimes. The fact that Negan feels that they are helping bring civilization back, that they save people. This is what they do. This is why we're the saviors. That's what we see as Rick Grimes. He's there to bring humanity back. He's there to bring order to the chaos that is found in the zombie apocalypse. So I thought it was very interesting to hear this speech coming from Negan because we all cast him as evil, vile, this terrible, terrible human being. But in his eyes, he's just doing the things that he feels need to be done in order to bring civilization back to where it was in the pre-zombie apocalypse. Oh boy, what is this douchebag doing right here, about to shake the hands of what looks to be like a savior? Man, I am so excited, so anticipating seeing Spencer, his guts ripped apart on the show. I am curious to see where he got these marks on his face. It looks like he got into a little bit of a scuffle. Maybe some of Negan's men roughed him up. Maybe Rick Grimes himself roughed Spencer up. I'm not quite sure on that, but it does look like Spencer is attempting to make a deal with the saviors. And of course, that's what Spencer would do because he's only out to save himself. So I don't actually think that Daryl, Negan, and a lot of the stuff that we see in this Weeks Ahead trailer is going to actually happen in episode 6, but I do think it's very cool that they showed Daryl. And I know that the title for episode 7 is Sing Me a Song. And I feel like this is a callback to Daryl's relationship with Beth. The fact that Beth was the singer of the Walking Dead TV show, and that we know Daryl is dealing with lots of grief right now. He feels responsible for the death of Glenn, the death of Abraham, the death of Denise, lots and lots of deaths. Ultimately, he probably feels like he is responsible for Maggie's death because he's not aware that Father Gabriel had basically tricked Negan into thinking that Maggie actually died as well, because we know that she's at the hilltop. And if they find out that she's at the hilltop, they'll know that the hilltop is colluding with Alexandria, and all shit will hit the fan. So I feel like episode 7's title, Sing Me a Song, is referencing Beth and is a total play-in on the emotional state that Daryl is in right now. Whew. I have no clue what's going to happen to Daryl at this point. A part of me thinks he's going to, put his shoes back on, tie him up, pick up the bootstraps, and go kick some ass. But another part of me feels like he is just in despair and is just going to go deeper, deeper, and deeper into the darkness of despair, and could possibly sacrifice his own life at some point in the future in order to save another member of our group. Now, I think this image is definitely from next week's episode, and we know from the synopsis that Tara encounters a new group, a new society, and that they are unlike anything we've ever seen before. I am super excited to find out that we are going to meet a whole bunch of Tarzan people, that they live in the trees, that they have all this awesome camouflage. I'm very excited for this. I think it's going to be very cool if we meet a new group like this. The biggest question is, are these people going to be good, or are they going to be bad? Because we see in quite a few images in this teaser trailer that Tara seems to be running from these people. We get the second image with Tara, and she's cowering in this ditch, basically hiding from what looks to be a woman up here in the top of this image. That doesn't bode well for them being good. Or maybe Tara just doesn't know and she's trying to play it safe. The crazy thing is I don't see Heath anywhere in any of these images. We didn't see Heath in a lot of the stuff from the Comic-Con trailer as well when we see Tara encountering this new group. A part of me feels like since he's on this new show, he's on the 24 reboot, he's the star of that show, we may see Heath die in next week's episode. That is my bold prediction, is that Heath will die in episode 6. His run on The Walking Dead will be short-lived and he will go off to be Jack Bauer in the 24 reboot. I really love this image of Richard talking to Morgan, and I believe most likely King Ezekiel is in the room as well, and he's saying that we can't trust them. Really hope this means that we can't trust the Saviors, because we know that Richard has a very contentious relationship with the Saviors. He got into quite a little fist fight the last time that they came to get their supplies, and I'm ready for the kingdom to meet up with Rick Grimes. I'm ready for the collaboration to happen, and I feel like Richard is going to be the spark that lights that fire, because that dude doesn't want to take any shit, and he definitely wants to kill as many Saviors as possible. This image with Aaron and Rick is very reminiscent of stuff that we saw before the group headed to Terminus, except for this one is the exact opposite of that, and these people, whoever this is warning, don't go in here, because all you're going to find is trouble. A part of me thinks that they're going to run into the kingdom, and that is going to be Rick Grimes' introduction to Ezekiel, his meeting with Ezekiel. But another part of me thinks that maybe they tied this into episode 6, and Rick Grimes and Aaron ultimately have to save Tara and Heath from this new group that they meet, which I think would be a very cool thing, and it would bring Tara and Heath back into the fold if Heath is to make it. And I'm ready for everybody to come together, so I'm all about Rick and Aaron running into Tara and Heath in next week's episode, because you can never go wrong with more Rick Grimes in a Walking Dead episode. All right, this is the big image. This is the controversial image. This is the one that gets everybody that is a part of the Walking Dead fandom talking. Are these the Whisperers? And specifically this guy right here. And I say guy, it could be a girl, I have no clue. This looks like it could be a mask. It doesn't look like a typical Walker face. None of these actually do. They look like one of those masks that you would wear in order to make your skin look better and feel refreshed and rejuvenated. And this one especially, because it looks like you can see kind of a discoloration. It looks like a different skin tone color than the face with the neck. And I know that a lot of people are saying, nah, it can't be the Whispers. They can't be coming in this early. Even Scott Gimple himself came out earlier this week and said that there's no way that the Whispers are going to be arriving this soon. There's too much good story to tell with Negan. But then, of course, he was Scott Gimple, and he Scott Gimpled us all and said that it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that certain aspects of the Whispers show up a little bit sooner than they did in the Walking Dead comics. So my other bold prediction is that we will run into the Whisperers in episode 6. Tara is going to encounter them, maybe Heath as well, because we know that we see Tara running along this bridge, this overpass, running over cars, trying to get away from what she believes is walkers. I do think that there's going to be walkers among this group, because we know the Whisperers use the walkers as cover, but I think that's my bold prediction, is that one or two of these people will actually indeed be the Whisperers. Just a small, tiny faction, little stragglers of the Whisperers. We won't even know whether or not they are or they aren't. If you're paying really close attention, I think next week, I think we'll know that they are. But I'm very excited to see anything about the Whisperers. I don't care if it's a little early. I think they can introduce some part of the Whisperers without going into the full storyline, and I think it would be okay. I think it would be very cool. I'm excited to see the Whisperers brought into the world of The Walking Dead. So what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen in next week's episode, episode 7? Do you think there's going to be any major deaths? Do you agree with me? Do you think Heath may possibly die in episode 6? Do you think Tara may die in episode 6? Let me know all those thoughts in the comment box down below. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel. My mom and I, Kelly, will be back with all of our thoughts for the rest of the Walking Dead season, as well as Westworld. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.